What is up, you guys? Pete Carlo here, and today we're going to talk about Activision. So Activision is a company that I love. I love the fundamentals. I love the financials. I love the product. I love playing their games. And overall, it's a company I would love to invest in for the long term, and I used to have a position in. However, today, I originally planned to put the Fubo deep dive video out. I did make that video. That video should be coming out tomorrow because some huge flows on Activision came out today, and even though they're not something expiring in the next couple of weeks, it really caught my eye across the scanners. And then I went and started looking at the charts on Activision because it has been a while. If you guys are part of my private academy, or you remember me putting videos out about 3-4 months ago on a massive bullish flag on Activision, you'll remember that I used to trade it a lot, and I haven't traded it in a while. However, it looks like the same type of setup is happening now. So in this video, we're going to go over Activision, we're going to go over the technical setup, we're going to go over the risk versus reward, we're going to go over the flow, and ultimately, would I be taking a position? Guys, thank you for all the support. Hit the like button. Let's get this channel like 7,000 subs. I think we only need like 50 more. And let's get started, guys. As well, if you want to get access to a lot of my trades after I take them, I do a lot of trade recaps. Go give me a follow on Twitter, guys. We're at like 280 followers. I'd love to get that to like 350 by the end of this month. And it's a great way to stay in contact with our community between videos. So let's get started. So overall, Activision Blizzard, if you guys don't know what this company is, they make video games, right? Activision, you guys probably know them from Call of Duty, which is like one of their biggest titles. And they make a lot of games. Most games that you see or that you've played are probably made by like EA, Activision, or Take-Two Interactive. And Activision merged with the company about 6 years ago, I believe. And they merged with a company named Blizzard. If you do not know what Blizzard is, they make games like World of Warcraft, Overwatch, tons of amazing titles like that you probably didn't even know that those were Blizzard games. And while I'm not going to get too deep into the fundamentals of this company, I will do a fundamental deep dive if you are interested. But the difference in these companies is you have Blizzard that was, because they have done an insane overhaul for the, downside actually when it comes to the company. But Blizzard was known for taking 4, 5, 6, 7 years to create a game, having very in-depth long-term game development to make games that will sustain themselves and generate money for years and years to come. Like if you look at Overwatch is still one of the top FPS games, and that game came out in like 2016. You look at games like World of Warcraft, that's like 16, 17 years old, still is killing it with Burning Crusade and Shadowlands that recently came out. Games like Hearthstone, like there are tons of these types of games that they have created. And then you look at the other side of things, which is something like Activision, which makes Call of Duty, and they make a game and a new version of a game basically every single year, or sometimes even twice a year. So at the end of the day, they are two very different companies, and it unfortunately seemed that Activision took over, fired and got rid of a lot of the game developers for Blizzard, and really pushed Blizzard in more of a corporate direction to try to get them to pump games out much faster than they normally do. And that's why you see, if we look at like a monthly monthly chart of Activision back in 2018 was trading at highs of $84 and took a massive fade all the way down to $40. And this is where I was buying Activision pretty heavy. I was doing a ton of research about the company to see if they would be able to recover from a lot of the issues that they had, and in which they have. Since then, they brought back World of Warcraft Classic. They came out with Call of Duty, more of those games, but the more so one essentially is Warzone, which did phenomenal. And we'll talk a little bit more about Call of Duty Mobile in the next couple of minutes when we go through some reasoning on why I think that this got as big of a flow as it did. But overall, Activision makes some great titles. It's a great company financially. I love it. From an executive level, it's all right. I do love it, but I wish that Activision was less in the hair of Blizzard. But that's something we talk about in a long-term video. But taking a look at Activision on a weekly chart, you will see, actually let's back it all the way up to a monthly chart, because this is what I initially was watching here, and that was this cup and handle that was forming. So like I said, the top of this cup started in October of 2018. We had the massive cup here, followed by a huge handle. If you're a part of my private academy, you know that we were trading this for a very, very long time. We bounced off of this SMA back in December of 2020. And from December of 2020, when we were trading it up until highs, which I sold it way before, up until highs of $100, the stock was up 42%. Now, something else to notice if you take a look at the weekly chart is that Activision moves in a pretty steady pace since the lows of 2019. So essentially the stock moves up, creates a bull flag, moves up, creates a bull flag, moves up, makes a massive bull flag, moves up, makes a massive bull flag, right? Fill in the blanks. Now, it's not like when you're trading off of these same types of historical patterns that it's always going to work out in your favor, but already from a technical standpoint, I freaking love this. One thing that you'll know technically is that we have this big TTM squeeze that is firing here. So you can see that last time we had this breakout, the stock squoze, the past tense of squeeze. It's terrible. That is not a correct grammatical word. So if you take a look at October of 2020, we were squeezing from basically the very beginning of October all the way to the middle to end of December, right around Christmas. You can see we had this big bull flag. RSI was looking good, OBV was looking good, MACD crossed, squeeze started to release, and like I said, from that release of the squeeze up to highs was 40% returns. And you can notice the same exact thing is happening now. Stock took a big push up. We have been consolidating. Stock has been squeezing since April 19th, and it looks as if the stock is going to make another big leg up, potentially up to 108, maybe 115 in the next couple of months. Now, the flow that initially caught my eye was on Activision today, and it was pretty significant. So you can see that Activision was one of the top active calls for the day. In most cases, I don't really care to look at those, but I was like, screw it, let's see what happened. So this is the one that really caught my eye. 11/19/2021, $100 call, and if I click on it, you will see that this is all one buyer, and this is exactly to a T what I look for when I'm focusing on, singling out an unusual option. And this is what I look for, right? Same thing. So we always look for the same thing. Same exact strike. So $100 came across. The same exact date, 11/19/2021. I look for sizable volume and sizable amount of money, this is crazy. So it's nearly like $4 million that came in. I look for levels of certainty and also aggression to get into the play. So you can see that these are all sweeps, and even some of these came in above the S, which means the person wants to get into this position as fast as they possibly can. And we see all of this with this position. And most of all, this person got in with nearly $4 million worth of calls in just 5 minutes. So overall, with this type of flow and this type of technical setup, I freaking love this, and I will probably follow with the same option. I'll probably follow the same exact play as this person. I would like to enter it with shares, but I currently don't have a ton of shares right now, but I really like this setup on Activision. Now, why are they purchasing this? Well, there could be a couple of reasons, right? If we zoom out, you'll notice that we have 2 earnings sessions between the time of expiration and, the today, which is the day that it came through, which if you're watching this later today is June 16th, 2021. So they have 2 earnings dates between that. There are a lot of things that could come out, right? So Overwatch 2 is something that they're looking at letting out probably, I don't know if they put a specific date out, but I would assume maybe end of the year, beginning of the year. The second thing to watch out for is Burning Crusade. So about a year and a half ago, World of Warcraft, which is a Blizzard product, released Classic. It was the initial servers that they reopened from the original game back in like 2000 whatever when they came out with the game. And the second installment of that was called Burning Crusade. That just most recently came out, I believe, June 1st. So it's been 16 days, which did really well. The other thing is Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile, there are so many people playing it. It's actually not a bad game. I've been playing it a little bit too, and I didn't think you could play Call of Duty on a phone, and it's really not terrible. So they could also be releasing Overwatch 2. There are a lot of things that could be happening within these areas and within these 2 different earnings, releases. that could really propel the stock up into the future. The only thing that I don't like is taking a look at a weekly chart. If we break this support, it might fall all the way back down to 84. So I am a little weary, but I will probably start with a position on this pretty small, maybe one or two of those contracts. Guys, thank you for all the support. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. I'll see you guys next time. And let me know down below what you're going to do. Peace.